Three top highly recommended business books. I have been reading business books and articles for years and years, magazines, and throughout that entire time, 30 plus years, there's three books that I see recommended all the time, and these are three classics that have been around for years and years, as you will find. Let's start off with number one. The first book is The Prince by Niccolo Machiavelli. You may have heard the term Machiavellian, and usually it's a negative term which indicates that someone is using an unethical, kind of a sneaky means of making a gain, especially in politics, although it can be in business too. This is kind of a heavy read, I would say. You know, this was written, they think the first version came out over 500 years ago, so that's quite amazing, and that it's still around and that we're still learning from it. So it is in language that you're not always going to understand, but it is very much worthwhile to read. It is considered one of the first books of modern philosophy, especially modern political philosophy. Basically, the author was trying to advise the prince on how to run his kingdom, and basically, to obtain the end goal of glory and also basically survival. So very worthwhile. Give it a try. By the way, just to give you an indication of it, the Prince book, its influence, it was referenced over 3,613 times in Google Scholar. So there was other articles that had mentioned this one in it. The second book that you'll see mentioned, or I've seen mentioned quite often or referenced quite often, is Atlas Shrugged by Ayn Rand. I think it's Ayn Rand. This is basically a fictional novel, but it is about business and basically how in her belief the world of business works. It's a hefty novel, as you can see, but it reads quite well and it is entertaining. This one was referenced by Google Scholar 589 times. What also is just amazing about this is that in 2009, and even though this was written several years back, let me look it up. It was first published in 1957, which is well over 50 years ago. Despite that fact, in 2009 it sold over 500,000 copies. Totally, it has sold over 7 million copies. So a very popular book. If you're in business and you want to read the classics, this is one of them. The third book that I hear referenced quite often in the business world is Sun Tzu's The Art of War. I don't know if it became popular after the first time the movie Wall Street was on with Michael Douglas and Charlie Sheen. Michael Douglas, was Gordon Gekko, and he quoted from this book quite often, and he told Charlie Sheen's character to go ahead and read it, and then he quoted from it. And now I've seen it in business articles. I see young businessmen, quoting this like they're real cool, I guess. But this book has supposedly been around for more than 2,400 years, and it is about the tactics of Sun Tzu, who was a Chinese military general. Just to give you one quote from the book, know your enemy and know yourself, and you can fight in 100 battles without defeat. Again, Sun Tzu. So you're going to see a lot of his quotes sprinkled throughout your business literature. And also, quite amazingly, it was referenced 2,265 times in Google Scholar. So this book is widely read and widely referenced.